Hello and welcome to another video on my channel, Dante Starshine, where we talk about things that help us expand spiritually and dive deep into healing. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. Subscribing is great. If you're already subscribed, liking and sharing really helps us. Thanks so much. In this video, I want to talk about the idea of soul contracts, because this is something that some people get a little bit hung up upon. And soul contracts are certainly real experiences, though what we have to remember about them is that every contract can be changed. And the highest expression of love that we are able to tap into in this dimension is free will. It's to remember that we have a choice of how we direct ourselves through the currents of life and the universe. So soul contracts are things that we agree to that help us spiritually in our evolution process. And we may agree to a certain process of being energetically shut down or fit into the box of consensus reality in order to wake up spiritually in our own unique way and then become a teacher of the specific ways that we came to overcome the specific belief systems and traumatic experiences that limited us. And all of that is agreed to at a soul level before we incarnate. So one distortion to this is perhaps that we cause this through negative actions in other lifetimes. And this belief system in a way actually lines up with determinism, because you in a way say, oh, because of this thing or that thing that I have done before, now I am fated to this. And this is actually a very beautiful way for people to do not very nice things and sort of blame people for the experiences that they're having, which is all so common when people start to wake up to the understanding of the law of attraction and soul contracts. They start to say, well, oh, I created this from my other lifetime and therefore I deserve it, and therefore they deserve what they're having. And in truth, we co-create the experience of reality, and we all have to start to see things from a higher perspective and see that some systems in place that benefit some people and harm others are things that we have to deconstruct. So I'm a big fan of spiritual activism and not just staying quiet about things and assuming that, oh, well, everybody's just creating this for themselves, so that's all right. Now, that's one sort of initiation place of this. And if we explore this idea of soul contracts even deeper, we can see a common belief that we were this other person in a life before, that our past or future lifetimes are us. So this gets a little bit complex, though it does help to put these things into context. So we are one soul that is part of a bigger oversoul. The oversoul is like this beautiful, massive orb that contains all of these individual souls. And these things we call past, future, or parallel lifetimes are like other little orbs that float around in this bubble of the oversoul. And as we go on our journey, we sort of shift our vibration and we attract through resonance different connections through our oversoul to different other souls that are past our future lifetimes that have similar or parallel experiences. And then energy bleeds through from one soul to another. So a soul having one experience in this lifetime may then align with a very similar experience in another lifetime. And as soon as you change the pattern, the experience in that lifetime changes as well. So when I guide past life meditations or offer them, I offer them in a way that you can view the other lifetime, but then you gain the lessons from that lifetime in order to make a change within yourself and help that other soul make a change within themselves. So you're no longer making a connection through some negative lesson or experience, and you're opening up instead to a higher aspect of this lifetime and that lifetime. Now, one thing that does sometimes happen with these other lifetimes is that we can make an agreement in that lifetime or have a very strong belief system. And when we start to make a connection to that lifetime, that agreement or that belief system does spill over into this present lifetime. And very common examples of this are that when people start to spiritually activate and wake up, they begin to connect with lifetimes in which they were monks or nuns, or they were in a time on our planet where, in order to have spiritual experiences, you had to renunciate the worldly life. And on this timeline of our planet, because we're on an ascension timeline where the Earth itself is ascension and the frequency on the planet is getting higher, there's no longer a need to break from or dissociate from this world in order to access the higher world. In fact, the more that you ground into this world, the more that you ascend to the higher world. So grounding is one of the key facets of ascension, and we cannot ascend and go higher unless we are firmly anchored here. The deeper our roots grow, the higher we're able to fly. And we always have to remember this and not get ourselves stuck in the traps of the past. But okay, so because we may awaken to the different spiritual teachings or understandings or powers that we had from other lifetimes, we can bring in agreements from that lifetime. So if we were a monk that renounced all wealth, that renounced all relationships and sexuality, those agreements can then come into this lifetime. And we have to, in a way, create a boundary for ourselves where we say, okay, I'm happy to accept the wisdom and the energetic connection and the cities or the psychic gifts that come to me from this lifetime, but I don't want to bring through all of these rigid belief systems. I renounce or denounce or and these agreements from this lifetime. So I'll share a little bit of a meditation that we can go into to see if we have these agreements. And whenever we get rid of a negative belief system, perhaps it's a belief system that money isn't spiritual or sexuality isn't spiritual, or that a relationship is going to cut us off from developing spiritually deeper, we have to cultivate the opposite belief system and really water the seeds of that. So if you focus with different tools like affirmations, as long as you believe what you're saying, affirmations works, or simply, journal about or look for evidence for this new belief that the more wealth and abundance I have, the more I'm able to do my spiritual work. The deeper I am in love with those around me, the more I'm able to do my spiritual work. That these expressions of power and connection serve me in expanding more. Or if your belief is about your own worthiness, you want to focus and look for examples that show you I'm worthy, I'm valuable, I am an aspect of Source, and I am here to reflect to others the understanding that they are one with Source themselves. So that's another thing to work on and look at with these ideas of soul agreements. Now, another sort of soul agreement is that we can have relationships in our life that are designed to be catalytic forces that help us wake up to certain truths. A lot of these relationships are, say, twin flame relationships. And a twin flame relationship is something that is born out of the false belief that we are separate parts of a whole, that another soul, it comes into your life to complete you, rather than you being a complete aspect of Source that expands as you relate to others. So the twin flame, because it's twin, it is dual in its nature, sets up this false incompletion, whereas other terms like soulmate or mirror soul do not contain the same dual incomplete aspect. And when you shift your paradigm to see the other is a complete aspect of source, I am a complete aspect of source, through our connection we expand in relating to each other, that twin flame relationship stops to be so problematic, because you stop seeking in the other codependently those energies that you must cultivate within yourself. Rather than seeing that you need to gain love and approval from the other, you love and approve yourself, and you deepen in your own spiritual connection with source, so that the other people that you relate with only expand that, and you're not using them to gain the energy that you already have, but you are cutting yourself off from through your own negative belief systems. So other times soul contracts with others can be like, this person is there to play a codependent game with us so that we learn how to be self-sufficient. Other souls are there to criticize or belittle us so that we stop believing in the voice of our own inner critic. And when we have these sorts of agreements, it's important to acknowledge, okay, maybe this soul has served me in certain reflections and certain aspects of connection up to this point. Now I am seeing what this lesson is, and I'm ready to transcend this lesson and let the lesson fade away. And you have that choice in every moment. So you can do this in meditation, and simply as you go deeper within yourself and reflect within yourself, ask yourself the question, why did I make this soul agreement in my life? For what reason did this soul come into my life? And now that I have fulfilled this agreement, how can I let this soul go? And just let the answers come up within yourself in meditation. It can also be very helpful to do a cord cutting meditation so that none of those draining energy leakages can keep playing out between you and the other, and that you return again to your own empowered connection to source. So, I will now guide a brief meditation for you to go in and connect with some soul aspects or soul agreements that may be coming from other lifetimes. And it's a powerful permission slip that allows you to rewrite these agreements. If it's not the permission slip that resonates with you, find the one that does. It may help you very much, or maybe it's not the tool for you. Taking some deep breaths in and out. Breathing in through your nose and taking a complete sighing breath out, letting go of all tension. Taking another deep breath in, bringing your focus into your heart and making an audible sound, vibrating your heart, allowing that vibration to move through your whole body, bringing waves of light and relaxation. Feeling your body firmly connected to the earth. Imagine with each breath now that you're falling into the earth. The gravity is becoming more intense. And as you grow your roots deep, come to allow yourself to fly high, realms of the ether. Imagining yourself transported now to a beautiful, imaginal space where you're somewhere beautiful in nature. It can be a place that you're familiar with, or it can be a place that's totally new to you. Start to get in touch with all of your senses in this environment. What does it look like? What does it smell like? What does it feel like? Taking a moment to activate your psychic senses, so that as you go into this visioning meditation, You can fully tune in. And wherever you're at, see a powerful staircase or tunnel that goes down into the earth. Walk down that staircase step by step. With every step, you find yourself deeper into your own subconscious mind, allowing for those answers that are held there to come to surface. As you get to the bottom of the staircase, there's a door and you open it. And you walk through a long hallway. At the end of the hallway there's another door. And that door opens up into a room where there's the record of contracts. These contracts are belief systems that were very deeply implanted in certain lifetimes you're making a connection to. Perhaps they're beneficial lifetimes to connect to, but the belief systems don't serve. When you walk through the door, you'll see on some table of sorts, or a pedestal maybe, this bookcase that you can open up. And there's a pen or a quill next to the book. Open up the door, walk through, and look to the book. And open up that book to see many pages where there are certain beliefs. You can read these beliefs one by one. Know that you can come back to this book to see even more beliefs at another point, intending now that you see just as many beliefs as you're capable of processing in this particular moment, here and now, today. Read the belief and notice how it feels to read it. What emotion does it bring up? Does it bring up any sensation in your body to look at that belief? Any memory associated with that belief? Taking a couple of moments to connect with every single belief that may be stored there. Taking a moment now to call in your higher self and your guides into that room with you. Maybe you see around you many guides come, or maybe you see these other souls that are transferring these limiting beliefs to you. And feel their support for you as you come to cross these beliefs out of this book. Using the pen or quill, one by one, put a line or an X through the belief. And then ask, what is the opposite of this belief? If it is a belief, I have to sacrifice this aspect of myself in order to connect with spirit. If it is a belief, I do not deserve this or that thing. Ask yourself what the opposite belief is. Tap in close. Maybe the belief is that you have, a new belief rather is, that this aspect that you've once sacrificed is an even more powerful doorway for you to connect into spirit. Maybe the new belief is you are infinitely wonderful, deserving, pure aspect of source and form. Write the new belief in, write the new belief in, and so it is. Do this with the other beliefs that you've seen there, taking a moment to reflect on each one of them. Crossing them out, asking yourself what the opposite belief is, and writing it in the book. Doing it with the next belief. If you need more time for this process, maybe pause the video. And now, as you have firmly written those new beliefs in this beautiful book of records and contracts, close the book and see the support of your higher self and all of your guides around you. Confer with them for a moment. Ask them if there's anything they want to show you, anything they want to teach you or reflect to you before you leave this space. Take in their brilliant love and support. And thanking them, taking in their love, beginning to now open the door, walking back through that hallway, walking back up that staircase, taking some deep breaths in, feeling the transformation in your cells as you move from this deeper state into a waking, conscious state, gently, slowly, and mindfully. Coming back to that beautiful place in nature, knowing that you can always come to this haven in your imagination for doing your healing work, and you can always come back this book of contracts and records to see if there's more that needs transformation. Coming back to your conscious self, opening your eyes when you're ready. Okay. Welcome back from the journey. I hope that's really served you and uplifted you. And let me know if there's any questions you have about this. And if you had a beautiful experience, I'm curious what this brings up for everyone who tunes into it. It's a very powerful tool that can really help us clear away any clutter that is coming to us from other times and spaces and incarnations, and creating those strong energetic boundaries and creating the paradigm that we really want to live in this lifetime, that doesn't base its limitations or possibilities from other lifetimes. So, again, thanks for watching, sharing, liking, subscribing, all of those things. I appreciate it. And I'm available for channeling sessions and healing sessions, launching a Reiki course, and I love you. I send you blessings. I'm grateful that you watch this channel and you enjoy what I share. It means a lot to me and makes me feel like my life has a bigger purpose, which of course it did even before I had a YouTube channel and everything. But anyway, so my thanks to you. I love you again, and I'll see you in the next video. Let me know if you want me to talk about anything specific in the videos coming up. I'd be happy to share about those things that really call to you the most. Okay, ciao.